You started off as enemies, but ended up being very important friends. What is your most lasting memory of him tonight?
Well, of course, the negotiations which brought the DUP into an inclusive power-sharing executive, and joining with him on the basis of equality as effectively joint First Ministers of the North of Ireland, and sitting down in the early days of that, and Ian saying to me, you know, Martin, we can rule ourselves. We don't need these people coming over from England telling us what to do. And, you know, we developed a positive working relationship which grew into a friendship which has existed to this very day. And it's quite remarkable when you consider that for many decades he and I would have had a very intense dislike of each other. We had our own very strong views and perceptions of what we, each of us, represented. But I think that we recognised that it was important to overcome old enmities and to join together to build a better future for all of the people.
Did you like him?
Well, during the year that I worked with him as Joint First Minister in the North, he and I grew a friendship, and I think we did like each other. I think that we recognised that we were part of a very unique experience. We travelled to the United States of America to begin the work of attracting foreign direct investment, which has been a remarkable success for us over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. I think that, you know, from my perspective, given that I was 19 years of age whenever Ian Paisley came into the city of Derry, and we were all very tense and very frightened about this man who had arrived with a massive entourage and who was very uncompromising. I would never have imagined at 19 years of age that many years later he and I would effectively be the joint First Ministers of the North of Ireland. So we grew a friendship, and during that period that I worked with him, I did like him, and I've been to see him even recently at his home. We kept in contact after he left office, and I think that that bears testament to the transformation that has taken place.
And as a former commander of the IRA, do you remember ever targeting him?
No, I think that many people within Irish republicanism thought that Ian Paisley alive was much better recruiting sergeant, if you like, for the IRA at that time. No, I think that our impression of Ian Paisley was always one of someone who was very dogmatic, very divisive, very controversial. But at the same time, I think, you know, historians will dwell on that aspect of his life. My experience with him, apart from the very difficult decades before 2007, really centres around the period of 2007 and going into government together.
Okay, and finally, on a poignant note, I mean, he was, as we said before, a very passionate advocate of the Union. Do you think that his death in this particular week is a sort of portent for Scottish independence? And if Scotland does vote for independence, will that make you happy?
Well, I've taken a very conscious decision not to become embroiled in the Scottish referendum. The decision in Scotland is a matter for the people of Scotland without outside interference. From my perspective, you know, working with Ian Paisley, I remember one occasion whenever he and I sat with the warring factions from people who were representing parties in Afghanistan, and he described himself as an Ulster man and an Irishman, so more common ground.
Got to leave it there, I'm afraid. Martin McGuinness, thank you very much.